Hey, it's Monday. Um, Monday. Who loves Mondays? Hey, do you love Mondays? Anyway, it's Monday, the 18th of April, 2022. I was doing a bit of gardening this morning, uh, getting my hands dirty with stuff. And I just logged onto my computer about half an hour ago, catching up with emails and stuff. Um, and now I'm just planning out my time and day. Um, we're just having a quick chat with XD Unicorn over Facebook and stuff, which was good. And just got to sort out our accounting, bookkeeping, and stuff. Oh, let me just move the camera a little bit there. Just got to make sure all of our tax stuff is updated and all of that with our recent income, etc. And I got a meeting tonight at 5 o'clock with a client just to go over some details and stuff. And yeah, I need to still think about my downstairs study room. There's a lot of soundproofing I need to do in there, a lot. And I'm just trying to weigh up the cost of all of it. I'm going, God, it's going to cost quite a bit, this is. You know, it's my money, but I know my wife won't be happy. But it's my money. I'll do what I want with it. But I know she won't be happy. So that there comes the risk, right? You know, she won't be happy, I'll tell you now. When she sees what I'm doing. How you doing, George? You okay, my friend? So I got a meeting tonight, 5 p.m. my time, which will probably be about, I don't know, 8 p.m. your time with that client, the directory one. So she's come round to, yeah, let's go down suggestion number 2, which is redo the website. But I just got to still work out some finer points with her. And get her to sign up to Stripe. Because Stripe does the Durham, doesn't it? So I've got to get her to sign up to that. I'm glad that she's kind of agreed to do that as well, because it's a far easier to start again. And like I said last night, hey Carapace, like I said last night, the mindset is get the theme, the directory to work, and the WooCommerce. And when we know that works, then I've said to her, after that, you can either commission us to do the web design or you can do the web design yourself. But the focus is getting all of the components working first. Get that working and you'll be in a much better place. Oh yeah, the events. Hopefully you're on top of that, yeah? Hopefully you're on top of that. Ah, okay, yes, yeah, so you've got a meeting as well. 5 o'clock meetings sometimes go well, don't they? It's towards the end of the day in a way. George is the Divi master. Do not mess with George, because he'll eat you alive. Hey Peter, how you doing? We just started, Peter. We just started. We've not been going on long. Uh, while you guys are on, I'm just quickly sorting out our bookkeeping. So just entering in our outgoings and ingoings. You know the drill. No one likes to do bookkeeping, right, Peter? No one likes doing that, but you got to do it, right? You got to do it. It's a pain, but it's got to be done, you know? Who here likes to do bookkeeping? Oh no, custom codes. Too much custom codes. I know what you're saying, Peter. It's a good thing, but at the same time, yeah, you know when you start after putting everything back into your invoice, your accountancy system, so you got to keep track of everything. That's the bit that's a little bit painful. Just a little bit painful. Hey, Mark. I'm just gonna go and just double check on my son something. Right, he looks a bit upset. I'm gonna be back in 3 minutes. Okay, so I'm not going anywhere, everyone. Right, I'll be back in 3 minutes. All right. Let me just put this up so you know that I'll be back. Okay, I'm not going anywhere. Carry on talking, by the way. Carry on talking. All right, just gotta go check he's all right. Hold on. There you all, I'm back. Whoa. Raheem's all right. I think the kids are slightly falling out with each other as they do all the time. There, he's okay. He's fine. I'm still trying to work out if it's a good thing if I do. Just realised my head's quite high to the top there. I'm still trying to work out if it is a good thing for me to let me just do that there. To move my recording studio downstairs. Much bigger room, you've seen. If I redo that room, the layout, the look of the room, it'll be really good. Like when Mark comes over and we want to do a joint, session or whatever, it's much more bigger room. Hey, Inderpreet, good to see. Always glad to have you here as well. The only trouble is as Mark will know, that room is next door to another room where my son usually is playing his games, which is then next to an area which leads into the lounge and the kitchen. So there's possible a lot of traffic outside. So I've got to just assess and check how much soundproofing I'm going to have to do across, the doorways and all of that and blah blah blah. And I'm short of time, right? I'm short of time. Like this morning, my wife needed a bit of help in the garden. I went, right, I'm going to go out for 2 hours, but we need to move at fast pace, right? I like things to be done. Right, we're going to do this. I don't want to just walk in the garden and go, hey, let's just do this. Knock, knock, knock. Let's do this. Knock, knock, knock. Let's look at that. No, I want to get in and out. Get things done. Yeah, well, Peter, surprisingly, my plan is like after this recording, I was going to then take the microphone, right, this microphone, and obviously the MacBook downstairs, and just sit downstairs and just have it on record, literally like what you've just kind of said, and then just test it out. Because all I've got to do, you see, is just put it on, and if I'm not really talking, other than points when I'm talking, I'll see the sound waves and just see how bad is it. Because of the dynamic microphone, I'm feeling like it might not be so bad. Because like right now I'm talking to the microphone. If I move the microphone now over, say, like up to say here, right to the side, and I talk here, you can still hear me, right? But the sound is going to be very much reduced until I then bring all of this back over to kind of like here. Right? Yeah. So just got to test it out. Yeah. And I'm going to do it and say to my son, right, sit in your bit, right, and just do what you normally do. We'll just get him to play his computer at the time, and that will be the noise we get. But yeah. Just another one of those things you got to do, really. What are you all doing on this Easter Monday, Bank Holiday Monday? You guys doing anything? Any barbecues? Hey Atif, how you doing? Normal working day. I'm just Mark sent me over the. Oh, hold on, my son's calling me. Yeah, what is it, Raheem? What do you want? Hey, Carter, you okay? Okay. Your hair looks good, Carter. It's growing nicely. Yeah, your hair looks good too, Raheem. Yeah, Peter, I'm sure you've got quite a workload. Hey, Maddie, how are you? So, Inderpreet's question there, is it possible to change the text font in the same line without CSS? Yeah, use HTML. Use HTML. So let me give you this video. Don't think this video has the font family in it, but it will give you an idea. It'll give you a very good idea of so see this HTML, all right? So Inderpreet, that video there talks about highlighting text, but the idea is that inside of there it gives you the style tags, whatever they're called, for you to start doing your font colors, font family, and all of that. So it's not CSS, but it's HTML. So Maddie, what I'm going to say, yeah, is that I am now cutting back. So what's happened is in the last year, I have accepted a lot of friend requests, but I've now started to realise, actually, I'm only going to really keep friends that I actually communicate to. So I'm not one of those people that says, hey, I want to have 1 million friends. With Twitter, you want as many as you can. With Instagram, you want as many as you can. With YouTube, LinkedIn, you want as many as you can. But on Facebook, if it's the Web Squadron one, sign up to our Web Squadron group. It's free. Go on. But if it's my personal one, that should only be restricted for people I communicate with or friends and family, because I might share stuff on there which is personal. So sometimes you have to kind of draw a line, don't you, with like your personal accounts a little bit. Well, that's what I think anyway. I don't know about you. The joys of accounting, hey? I was being sarcastic as well when I said that, alright? So if anyone thinks, God, he loves it? No, I do not love it. But it's got to be done, right? You keep on top of your accounts, okay? Outgoings, ingoings, what you owe, what you don't owe, your director salaries, your dividends, you keep track of all of that. And it makes things so much easier, right? When you have to do your taxes. Well, every now and again, Peter, I do what's called a Facebook cull. So I announce it and I say to everyone, right, if you can still see my account in 24 hours, you survived the cull. And I can be quite hard on it. So I've got rid of people that have been on it for like 3-4 years. Because I'm probably no longer working with them. And I have no interest in... It sounds harsh, but I have no interest in their life. I don't care. Yeah, so Atif, well, so I went back to the client, Atif, and I basically said we have to draw a line. We have to now say that because of everything they had done before, with the theme, with pages, with templates, with things conflicting, I mean, my God, it was a real mess. Every time I do a solution that I know works, it's not properly working because of something they've done. And I've come to the conclusion that we need to reset the site. We keep your images, right? The directory listing groups, we export them so we don't have to start again. Some of your templates we export so we can re-import, but we have to reset. It's better to spend 1 day resetting and building all your components. 1 day is all it will take, than to spend 3 days trying to go boo, 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 like this. Hold on. Carter, Raheem, be really careful, okay? Because, you know, if you pull too hard, I don't want it, because you might fall over and hurt yourselves, right? So be very careful, okay? Do it near some grass, so if you fall, you land on grass. Right, be very careful. Yeah. But yeah, do you know what I mean? So we had to draw, and I have to be honest, she wasn't happy. She felt like it was a punch in the guts. And she did feel a little bit like I've let her down, but I explained to her that, look, I'm being really ruthlessly honest here, in that you're creating a bigger mountain for yourself, and even if you fudge it to make it work now, and this business takes off, these fudges could come back to haunt you later on. Hey Stacey, so it's better not to fudge, do it right. And the other funny thing was, she wasn't happy that that I then told her that you can't use the Durham currency with PayPal, and she was like, "Why didn't I know that before?" And I said to her, "Because I don't normally use the Durham currency with my customers." And I didn't, and I tested it after we'd sorted out another bit, and I felt it was a little bit harsh in a way, because surely they would have known that already. Am I being a bit facetious here? Because they obviously work with the Durham currency. They must have known before that it wouldn't work with PayPal. Why would I know? I don't live in the Durham currency. Now I've discovered it doesn't. It's a problem. They'll have to use Stripe. But it was like, they felt I should have known that before. And it was a bit like, why would I know that before? Do you all know which currencies PayPal allows? And yes, you can find it on the web, but is it an oversight? Yeah, it is an oversight, but surely you'd think the client or the customer would know that. Am I right or am I wrong here? Am I right or am I wrong here? What do you think? Hey, Soom. How you doing, Stacey, by the way, Bo? Like, you all working? So right now, Soom, I'm doing the accounting, the bookkeeping side of things, so just putting in invoices and outgoings and ingoings, and also just got to have a think about some stuff to do this evening with a client. No, Peter, because the client, the base for it, the customer base, will be based in the United Arab Emirates, but they live in Australia, and what they want is, they don't want a currency converter. So what they don't want is it converts into Australian and then goes through PayPal. They want everything done through the Durham, and it was like, but hey, doesn't matter. I literally went to the shop to get a 24 pack of cans, and then I went and got this as well, cold one. Hey, Maddie, I mean, I would say, unless there's a massive need not to use hello, always go with hello. You'll be fine. Well, the thing is, Atif, right, is the My Listing theme, right? They wanted to go with PayPal. It's the easiest one, and they wanted to go with that as well. Yeah, take care. Oh, yeah, it's your daughter's birthday. Yeah, take care, Mark. Happy birthday to her, not you. Because then what they came back to me with, Atif, was like, well, what can we use? Luckily, though, I don't know if it was George or Peter yesterday. They were like, oh, Stripe accepts it. So I'm gonna get them to use Stripe. But again, it's one of those little things, isn't it? It's like my brother-in-law said, oh, how do I get Apple Pay onto here, his shop? And I went, you got to connect to Stripe. He goes, how do I connect to Stripe? I went, go to Stripe and create an account. Register as a business, get verified. Oh, how do I get verified? Register and go through the steps. Sometimes I feel like some clients, they want you to set up their PayPal account and their Stripe account. You kind of go, no, think about it, log on, go to it, register, set up your account, blah, blah, blah. So listen, 8D, you got to get yourself out there, social media, right? You got to reach out to businesses. You've got to find any businesses locally that have got really old websites or no website at all. If you have a niche, do you have a niche? If you have a niche, join a Facebook group that focuses on that niche. So if your niche is dentists, find a dentist Facebook group. Lurk around, hang around, get to know people. Don't go in and say, hey, I'm a web design agency, I'll build your website. No, don't do that. Go in and be nice, get involved, talk to people, become a real person, become someone that people like to respond to. And then every now and again you start dropping, oh yeah, we do websites and we do this and we do that. And people might start noticing you and want to connect with you. But what I will say is this, listen, right? This question about how do I find clients, you got to take a step back and go, well, at some point in time, you decided to become a web design agency. So for you to choose to do that, oh yeah, Ramsey, don't worry, I'm coming back to your question, Ramsey, don't worry. So for you to choose to become a web design agency, you must have felt that you could get clients, or you already had some clients. So think about what made you go down this journey. Right, so Ramsey, what's the vision for the YouTube channel? The vision is to grow. The vision is to get more subscribers, viewers, to become a force to be reckoned with Elementor and all of that. This is another way of us doing social media without thinking about it in a way. So just be natural and get on with things. To attract clients, YouTube can help you with that as well. People notice you, people get in touch with you. Look, by me doing the YouTube channel, the people behind Bertha, Vito and Andrew, got in touch with me, and now I'm supporting Bertha. It can start to open up avenues and opportunities. But the idea is to just grow and grow and grow. I also want to be more trusted. I don't want to be like a lot of other YouTube influencers who only care about the affiliate commission. There's nothing wrong with affiliate commission. Oh, hey, Pickstar, by the way. There's nothing wrong with that, but I like to promote and advise you how to do things where it's either free or I believe in it. And that's why I'm saying you've got to use this product rather than use Ocean WP, use Cadence, use this, use that. Use Blocksy. Look, last week, a very well-known YouTube influencer released a Elementor tutorial using Blocksy. He even put the word Blocksy in the cover art, right? Because then he's got a link that says, click here to buy Blocksy Pro. Why are you recommending to use Blocksy Pro or Ocean WP or Cadence or any other shit? Right? Got to put it blunt here. I would rather promote you to use Hello. I make no money off you using Hello at all. But I'd rather you were safer. I'd rather you played safe. Nah, don't worry, Pickstar. You're not invisible. I just gotta keep... Sometimes as I'm talking, more questions come in and I lose track of where I am. But I never miss yours. I don't rarely miss yours because of your orange P when you pop up. So Zoom, have you wanted to create a Patreon page? Would you create it where using a membership? I would say just create it in your own website. I mean, I'm not too sure about using a membership plugin, or if you go to our YouTube channel, there's a donate button at the top of the cover art. I'm not even really that sure about Patreon, you know, like how much does it generate? Yeah, take. Atib, you don't even have to tell us. You could run out to the shops and then pop back in, and no one will know you're there. You went. Yeah, you take care, mate. I just, you know, when a very, very, very well-known YouTube influencer drops a video about Elementor, and it was about 3 hours long. It was a very long-winded video, and they're promoting Bloxy. I just sort of go, why? 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 You know? Because I just feel like you're now... I could go on and on about it, you know, it's just... Yeah, you see, look, what Peter has said is very true. I don't think the Patreon thing works very well for this or web design. So Patreon works, like he has said, adventure, mountain climbing, cycling, or if you're doing one of those, like, you know, you know when people stream music for 12 hours, like a concert or whatever, you know, something like that works quite well. I think for web design and all of that, it's a bit, I think it's artificial. It feels like, it's a bit like, you know, it feels like all they're doing is paying for your electricity bill. I just don't, you know, if you were writing a book, I can see it working. Book reviews, I can see it working. But web design, you know, it just doesn't fit. A support button I think would work well, Pixstar. Donation feels a little bit, again, donation feels like you're not a charity, if that makes sense. But if you say support, so they're supporting you, there's something about where donation, when I hear donation, I think charity, and you think web design isn't charity. But supporting them, that has a different mindset kick in. Hey, Heavy Money, how you doing? Stacey loves Bloxy. Well, I'm not gonna kick you off this group, Stacey. I respect you, so I'm gonna let you stay. Oh right, okay, yeah. I suppose so soon. Yeah, if you think it's a tool people want, I don't see anything wrong with that. People generally, if they know the tool is so amazing, I've done it before. Someone releases a tool and it's so good, and I'm like, yeah, I'll give him a fiver or whatever here and there. It can work. That's what I mean, Pixstar, as well. So I think, like, you could add it. If anyone pays for it, it's like great. If not, you don't lose sleep over it. It's like a bone. It's like a tip jar, isn't it? Do you want to tip me or not? You know? Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm just or I'm trying to just do the bookkeeping, just to enter in values for our agency in terms of money in and money out, just so I can work out what we can do with it. I like to be very hot on the accounts. I don't like to go more than 2 weeks without making sure everything's tallying up with the bank accounts and everything like that, because yeah, I like things to tally up. I don't like nasty surprises. I like to know what tax we owe, what we can or cannot take out, what the dividends are, tax rates, blah, 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 blah. Like to have all of that tickety-boo. So when we get asked by our accountant, right, we need your records now to submit, we can just go, yep, boom. No thinking required. Yeah, buy me a coffee, you know. I mean, assume, Peter, what they're saying there. Buy me a coffee's not a bad idea. Like Peter said, you know, think of it a bit like Kickstarter in a way, you know. They get something a little bit extra. I think sometimes, David, there's this like mindset kicks in where like sometimes with the free, there's probably a higher chance. So okay, let me give you guys an idea. My very first book that I released, okay, in 2013, I gave it away for free, and in one weekend, over 13,000 people downloaded the book. In one weekend, right? Then there were quite a few people bought book 2 and book 3 because it was a trilogy. So the free kind of creates a bit of a funnel. It's not always guaranteed though. Hey, you right?
Yeah. Just came back from playing out with Carter.
Okay. How's Carter? Is he alright?
Yeah.
Are you hungry?
No.
You sure?
Yeah,
You hungry?
No.
No, I said, are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
What are you sure of?
I'm not hungry.
You're sure?
Yes. How long have you been on it, yeah?
I've been on here for about 36 minutes, I think. Something like that, anyway. Yeah, and so that's the thing I did, you see. So I had book 1 for free, and then book 2 and book 3 because it was part of a trilogy. And I made sure the covers of book 2 and book 3 were more enticing as well. So you're kind of trying to lure them in a little bit. That can work. Which is why, you know, if you had a free plugin or a free tool, you got to make sure you got the pro version ready. It's got to be sat there waiting. It's a bit like if you do a course.
I'm going.
All right, see you in a bit.
I'm
then.
going soon.
Okay. Let's say you're going to sell a course on your website, and you might sell it for say 30 quid, 20 quid, or even free.
I'm going to go and help Mum.
Okay. And then you have like the follow-on course, which is loads more detail. You got to have that ready. What you can't do is give away a free course or a cheap course and then go, oh yeah, there'll be another version coming out like later on, a bigger version. Have them ready there and then. Haha. Yeah, that's the thing, Peter, isn't it? The free model is good to a point, but you always got to have the stuff they need to buy. I can tell you now, if I charge $5 for the book, I wouldn't. And here's the other thing: the prices for my book are relatively close to what you would pay for a normal published paperback. So they were like $3-4 or whatever. Okay. Some people charge their books like $20, which makes no sense whatsoever why they're doing that. Well, look, okay. Let me be really honest with you, okay? And Dave will know where I'm coming from with this, and so will others. We have the 5-day challenge. We're doing another one in May, right? We're going to do a 5-day free challenge where we share hints and tips, but it's 5 days. You know, we have a 45-minute live session every evening for 5 days where we go through tips and hints and tricks about lots of stuff. But I know loads of people find useful and they go away and think about and use when they're doing their websites. That's for free. But then we have the Mastery membership, which you have to pay for. That's where there's a lot, there's more stuff going on there. There's, you know, things to share and talk about. And, you know, there's workbooks and things, okay? So we have the 5-day free challenge, but if then you want to work with us or get to know us more or talk about your business and your models and your marketing, your branding, web design, all this stuff, right? That's a separate add-on, you know. So the 5-day challenge is a very basic course. There's always something in there with sharing, you know. There's always something of use to people. Our house in the middle of the street. Right, gotta get up, gotta get out. Cheers, Heavy. Hey Jimmy, how you doing? So I know quite a few people that gave away their books for free, and then it was like 6 months or a year until the sequel came out. And I remember saying to them, "I bet you didn't get much traction." They were like, "No," and I said, "Because people move on. If I read a book, I want if I'm not, you know, if I'm really invested in just your book, I can't wait for the sequel." But there's always a danger that people jump around onto other books and trilogies and whatevers, right? Yeah, so at the minute, yeah, sorry, Sue, I was meant to get back to you on that. So at the moment, we can't do that. So with the Mastery membership, because what it is when we looked at the value of it, we've already been told that we charge far too less than what we should charge for it. I'm not going to tell you what we've been told we should charge for it, but we've had some experts inform us that we should be charging a lot more. So the danger is that because of the way the Mastery is, when you get access to everything, right? We don't have separate pages, you get access to everything. So the problem is that if we start to split it, it creates more work for us, and then we were like, it's just not worth it. I've got to be honest there, it's just not worth it, the amount of work it would create for us. Do you know what? I've forgotten what I was doing now. New invoice, that's it. I've got to do a new invoice. One thing about this bookkeeping software I got is it's a bit of a pain in the butt when you have to set up the invoice and then pay it. It's a bit. I wish it was a little bit simpler. No, hold on. Which one am I doing here? April fee. April fee, and the charge is £59.54. I mean, we pay £60 a month for our accountant, which sounds like a lot, but they do all of our, our self-assessment returns, or basically everything, right? And as far as I'm concerned, it's money well spent. And I know there'll be some people say, hey, you don't need an accountant. Trust me, I feel better knowing I have an accountant. All right. I don't know about any of you out there. How many of you do and don't have an accountant? Yeah, £60 a month, which sounds like a lot. I know that sounds like a lot, but trust me, it's worth it. It's worth it, because you know what? When it comes to, exactly, Jimmy, yeah. Because when it comes to your self-assessment returns and this return, and then making sure your income tax or your corporate tax and just squaring everything off, whoop, believe me, I know people that have not bothered with an accountant, and then when they get hit with a problem with VAT or something, they are like, not screwed, but they are losing sleep because they didn't have a proper system in place. You know, maybe you've bought something out of profit, so you offset it against, all of this stuff, No, Dave, I don't do that. So what I would say is if you start following in the hope they follow you back, what will happen is you might have 10 people following you and you're following 100. It looks like people can clearly see your strategy there. And what I say you do is you just keep pumping out content onto Twitter and people will follow you. People will follow you. Yeah, VAT. Yeah, our accountant does our income tax. Our income tax, corporate tax, self-assessments for both me and Mark. Just working things out. Exactly what Jimmy says. I don't like the administration. I mean, I do our bookkeeping. If we had got them to do the bookkeeping, it would have cost more, and I prefer to do that ourselves to keep things down. Heavy money. Is Elementor compatible with Metamask? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure if it is. How would you like it? Right. Please watch that video about social media, how you can help yourself to post regularly to loads of social media accounts in one post. Boom. And it's free. What I've just posted today is free. Go for it. Yep. And it's all online as well. It's all online. So we never meet our accountant. I've had phone calls with them, but I've never met them face to face. I don't have to meet them face to face. It's all done virtually. Exactly. It's just, it's a weight off your mind when you got someone handling a lot of those returns. Oh, sorry, Pickstar, I missed your question first time. Is there a profile thing in paid? There's an add-on, Pickstar. There's an add-on for it. I think you've got to pay for the premium paid membership pro to get that profile functionality add-on. There is a plugin called membership something that allows you to do it, but I think they have an add-on. By the way, the Pro Membership Pro, they've got like a support chat thing, so if you go on and ask them, they'll advise you a bit more of that. I googled them, Sue. I googled them. It's a company, it's a national company in the UK, the Accountancy Partnership, right? They serve the whole of the UK, and boop. But I'll tell you now, I didn't go for an accountant from LinkedIn or Indeed or Upwork or Fiverr, and I'll tell you why. I don't really know what I'm getting. And by me getting a more established company, here's the other thing, right? Here's the other thing. When you find an accountant online, in the UK, this is great. I don't know about other countries, but in the UK, I then did a check of their tax records, and I could see they are getting a lot of income and they're doing things properly. And they've been running a long time. I feel more confident using them. Which sounds harsh because it's like there might be a brand new accountant who wants to support you. But you know what? In this scenario, when it comes to your taxes, I would rather have more certainty and assurance. Yeah, exactly what Jimmy said there, Sue. What you got to do is find someone, because you're in India, aren't you, Sue? In the UK, you just do it. You can go and do a search for Companies House and find out. But in India, I don't know what they do where in India, or I don't know how they do that, but But yeah, you can do that here. Oh no, what am I doing? Do you know what? While I'm talking to you all, I'm forgetting to do my finances. And I nearly put in the wrong value because of all of you then. I could have got myself into a big mess. Gotta get out. Gotta get in. Da 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 da. Woohoo! So yeah, find out what happens. Speak to other companies, by the way. You know, soon. Find out what other companies are doing. And get on top of it. Right? Do that and you'll be fine. 59.4, 11.46, 924. So I'm just squaring off the accountants. Yeah, Pickstar, the Pro is very highly priced. I'm sure there was a plugin. So it kind of it allows you to do a lot more work on the profile page. I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember what it's called. Might have been Ultimate Member. No, hold on. Was it Ultimate Member? Ultimate Member rings a bell. The only reason I'm saying this is because I remember looking at it for someone, and then we never did that job in the end. But I remember it was something like that. It was something like that. Ultimate. I think it's no, not it wasn't Member Press. I think it was Ultimate Member. The only thing I'll say though is if it was Ultimate Member, one of them I installed, tested, and I found it very complicated. It felt like you were almost having to build every little bit, and it was just I found it quite complicated. But then again, that's just me. Hair's all over the place today. We'll be right at home, but bird. Why we going home, but bird. When home, we keep it in the family. We'll be right at home, but bird. Oh yeah, what's that about the strike thing, George? You mean with a Durham? Are you talking about a Durham still? Restrict Content Pro is one of my favourites too. Paid Membership Pro, because you're doing your membership. Restrict Content Pro is one of my favourites too. Both of them I like, because you can restrict any part of the website, page, bits of a page, anything you want really. Bread. Why we're coming home, bread. Keep it in the family. We'll be right at home, bread. Why we're going home, bread. Oh yeah, Jimmy, the video, yeah. I don't have any Discord or Telegram groups. I've been asked about this before, but I haven't. I have to be honest. I've got so much stuff going on. Could I handle also managing or doing something else? I have to be honest. I think I'd be pushing myself to the limit if I take on too much. George. I don't know either. Why do they do that? So so what I say to the client, Stacey, is I say, I will set it up for them, but they have to pay me to do that. But it's in their name. The hosting and the domain is in their name, but they have to pay me to. They can either do it themselves, and I tell them where to go and do it, or I'll do it for them, right? But it's in their name with their bank detail, whatever, right? Okay, they trust me to do that, whatever, okay? But they have to pay me to set that up. Or I can do it on the phone with them, so I talk them through what to click. But again, they've got to pay me to help get that set up for them. So soon, when you say co-own that, are you talking about Discord or? Haha, cheers, heavy money. Hold on, let's go check what's going on out here. Let me just sort out these finances. You'll have to message me soon about. I don't really use Discord that much at the moment, but I'd have to like start evaluating the time. Just trying to work out who this guy is who's just come down the street and what he's doing, or who he is. Anyway, he's gone. I'll be honest, George, I do not know what GUIDs are. I don't know. There you go. I don't know. What is a GUID? Does anyone know what a GUID is? God, it's quite hot in here, this room, actually. It's quite warm. We'll be right at home. Oh, I just think of it as the post ID. I just think of it as the post ID. Yeah, I just think of it as post ID. Haha, Pickstar Googled it. Yeah, that's what I noticed a unique identifier. I'm not sure about what the G bit is. What does the G bit stand? Globally, of course. Yes. Globally. Globally. Yes. We'll be right at home. Bread. So me and Mark took out our dividends in April. That was nice. The dividends there were very nice. Graphical user interface. I think the G bit caught me. I was like, huh? Goddamn invoices, hey. I always have to like whenever I input an invoice, I always have to double check that it's balancing off. But I prefer to do that so I know what we're doing. Just makes more sense. I'm only tech savvy when I need to be tech savvy. Otherwise, I don't know anything. We keep it in the family. We'll be right at home. Good question there, Ver, about the migration plugins and how those IDs. This is one of the reasons why I get a little bit sometimes worried about doing stuff in a staging site, because I know there was one experience where we had a staging site, we moved it over, and the IDs, everything just broke, the links, everything. Ah, right, so they're using G. Ooh, I get it right. What's the fastest way to contact me? Well, Facebook or info@websquadron.co.uk, but Facebook DM as well. You know, so Imran Siddiq on Facebook, right? You'll know it's me because it will be this image. And if you're trying to refine it, it's Imran Siddiq Leicester. With my face. Yeah, that's another good thing George says. Don't contact me at all. I got all you guys to sort out. We'll be right at home. Oh man, we're nearly done. Just 2 more things to do on here and we are kind of done with entering in our details. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Yeah, go on. What's your question? Why have you separated bats from Web Squadron? Because the Web Squadron thing is more about training. Right, so let me explain, okay? So, we have Bats Web Design, right? That's the agency that we started off with, which is like, you know, the business analytics technology solutions, right? So that's Bats, the web design agency. But Web Squadron is more of a training. Whoa, there's a bee in here. Don't want that bee wasp to come in. Web Squadron is more like training, courses, helping people, this sort of stuff, right? So Web Squadron is under. So Bats is the company, and Web Squadron is a branch of the company. So you could have a company and have branches, right? Like subdomains. Think of it like a subdomain. And the reason we've got different websites is because it just means that, like, look, let me explain it to you. So the Bats web design has loads of stuff on there or whatever about the design aspect and the journey and how we like to do stuff. and we have a look for it. And then we have a different look for the web squadron, which is catering for that. So the bad thing about combining it is it would have meant we had too much. So say hi to the bee. No, I've got rid of it. Of course, no, you like bees though, don't you, Peter? So if we had everything on one website and we considered this soon, it would have been a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff, right? So we kind of separated out because you all know me as Web Squadron, right? But maybe if me or Mark go out to speak to people from just a web design agency point of view, we can go out with the BATS website. We can go straight to that. Because let's be honest here, how many people come onto Web Squadron because they want us to build a website for them? Whereas more people come to Web Squadron because they want to engage or learn or share things, right? So we had to have like separate things. And also, when we started the business, it was started with BATS. And when we realized, oh, we'll do YouTube and we'll do this and do more social media, all of a sudden the BATS felt a little bit not very strong. So then we said, right, we can have a branch called Web Squadron, which feels better from a promotional point of view. Does that make sense? It depends, Zoom, yeah, because what you gotta remember is, right, let's say, look, let's be honest here, okay? High-paying client wants a website built. The whole web design, the whole Web Squadron YouTube and social media aspect might put them off. So we have like the web design agency focused website, boom, boom, boom. But then we have the more fun, gimmicky, chilled out Web Squadron aspect, which is for training and all of that. So if we have someone come to us and they just want a website built, that's the BATS. If they come to us and they want to learn how to build a website themselves, they want to learn about, business models and marketing and branding, they want to be on a journey to help themselves out, their business or their clients, that's the Web Squadron aspect. It's all Web Squadron is a branch of BATS. So everything goes through BATS. All the invoices, everything goes through BATS. So it's all one tax system. We don't have to have separate taxes. Because Web Squadron is just a name, right? But all the invoices, everything goes through the BATS agency. It's just branding. It's a bit like, say Elementor, right? Say Elementor have like such and such stuff, right? Exactly what Pickstar is saying there. So if we're going after a high-paying client or whatever, we're going to direct them straight to the BATS web design agency. But if we have someone coming to us where they want to learn stuff and whatever, we got the Web Squadron. So BAT stands for Business Analytics Technology Solution. So we're not just doing web design. It's looking at problem solving. It might be with analytics, technology, things like that as well. Me and Mark, we're directors. Well, Mark was director, sorry. And I was head of analytics and business intelligence in Leicester and Lincoln for a while. So we know our stuffs and all of that, you see. So so the BATS, means that we can do more than just websites and stuff like that. Hold on, I've just got to go check something. Hold on. Hey, it's all right. The neighbours just said, "Is it okay if they put their ladder on our front garden because they need to do something. I was like, yeah, it's fine, go for it. Exactly what Peter said. You know, so it's like our company, and then we have the bats, and we have the web squadron, but all the money, everything goes into the same bank account. Everything is the same. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Stacey's question there about privacy protection. It's recommended that you should. It is recommended you should. Oh, hold on. I've nearly closed down my page here. It nearly. Oh dear. It nearly closed down on me. Let me just quickly sort this out. Make sure it goes through. Yeah, we're short by £6. Where's £6 gone wrong? Oh, of course. I've missed one off here. No, I haven't. 6, 6, 59, 6, 11, 4, 6, 15, 4, 8, 22, 94, 15. Why are we out by £6? Yeah, that's weird. We're out by £6. What the heck's gone on there? We're out by £6. I'm sure we were. What's gone on there? Where have I've missed something? 6, 4, 7, 4, 7, 11, 4, 6, 15, 4, 8, 2, 1, 7, 4, 7, 22, 94, 15. Where are we out by £6? Oh, balls. We're out by £6. Right, I'm probably going to delete what I just did here and just do that row again. Yeah, you too, mate. Have a good day. Have a good day. Right, let me just delete, 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 delete. Yeah, no problems, mate. Take care, all of you that are running off. Running away. Oh, man, I just remembered. Of course. Dough. There was £1 that was something minor that I was. Damn it. Which element do you need to be darker, George? Which element? Which element are you referring to? Yep, so the pricing table you select in column 1. Right, okay. So the blue line is the same blue as the unselected price tables. I think I'm getting it. Oh, bummer, I've got to do this all again because now I've realised what I did wrong. I know what I did wrong. I forgot to add in this one. Damn it. Oh dear. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Just got to do it again now. It won't take long. About 5 minutes, but... So, George, I have 4 columns of pricing table in them. Yep, got that. There's a pricing table in each of them. Got that. The blue line around it is the same blue as the unselected. Why is the blue light... Can you email me a screenshot, George? Can you email me a screenshot just so I can see what you mean there? Yeah, drop us an email just so I can visualize it a bit more. And also, if you're changing the price for one and I click the pencil, it should assume I want to end the same thing. Do you want to record a quick loom and just send me a loom, George? Come on, let's just get this done. Let's get this done. Let's rattle through this again. It's my fault for not double checking this. Hey Jason, how you doing? How's things with you? All good, I hope. Do any of you do? I'm feeling a bit tired. I mean, I'm just doing our bookkeeping. Been checking on a few things for a client meeting this evening, or web call thing. But I don't know. I think it's sometimes you know when you're working on and off for all the time. Sometimes you do get that feeling of just like you just feel tired. Do you get that? Like you just kind of like going, oh. You know, you just wish the world would just stop for a moment, give you a break, but it doesn't happen. Yeah, George, thanks, got it.
That's what I'm talking about. So let me show you what I mean.
I'm actually looking at it now, George, but I've actually muted the mic so I can listen to you. So I'm watching it now, by the way. I'm watching it now. Yeah, so what I would say, George, I've just paused it halfway, yeah. So this is one of those things where until you sometimes with Elementor, I've noticed this, and I don't know if it was one of the recent updates. Sometimes you click and the other one is still highlighted. So what I sometimes have to do is, you know how you got your navigator open? You had your navigator open over there in the right hand side of your screen. Okay, sometimes I will click, and if I don't see it change on the navigator, I then click specifically onto the price table in the navigator, just because it's happened to me a few times, not with that widget, but with a similar widget. What Jason has said as well. Don't worry, Carapace. It's just to do with like where you have like pricing tables and you click one. You click one here, but that pricing table is still highlighted. So my tip is just click the navigator. Hey, Melissa, good to see you. You got to get Elementor Pro, Melissa, okay? Save yourselves a lot of hassle and pain. Trust me. Good to hear you chilled with your kids, Jason. But you know, I mean, I'm all over the place with juggling work and life and family and cats and you know stuff like that. YouTube. Right, let me just crack on just watching George's video. Yeah, so George, Elementor ain't that clever. All right. Elementor has no brilliant artificial intelligence built in. So if you go to one widget and you put in some special code into the button and you got another button, it does not automatically know that. Here's my tip though, how you could help yourself out. When you do the pricing table and you've set it to look a certain way, what you could do is when you right click on that widget, you know you can add it as a global widget. So what you could do, George, is that pricing table, you could save it as a global widget, and then in your widgets, you'll have the global one, and now you'll have pricing table, and when you drop that in, that will have the layout, the colors, the tags in the button, CSS code, all of that already in sight. So that's my tip. So work on one pricing table, get that perfect, save it as a global widget, and now whenever you add it, it will add it with all of your components. That's the best way to do the AI bit. Does that make sense, George? Does that make sense? Yep. So sometimes what I do is, like, if I do a button a certain way, I save that button as a global widget. So whenever I want a button, I can just pull it. It's got everything exactly how I want it to be. All I've got to do is just change the text or the link for the button. Yeah. But it's a great way to do it. So the global widget, it's probably the least used bit of Elementor. I think a lot of people ignore that. But for what you're doing, once you got your pricing table lovely, perfect, all of that, save it as a global widget, and then with magic, you will make it appear wherever you want, however you want. Like that. Magic. That's what I would do. Yeah, Melissa, I would definitely do it. And you know, I mean, I would say, Melissa, if you haven't already done your hosting, get it with the cloud hosting because it's so cheap. But if you've already got your hosting already sorted, then Elementor Pro. Because look, Melissa, when I first started using Elementor, I used Elementor free, and rather than get Pro, I had premium add-ons, happy add-ons, was it essential or exclusive? One of those two. And master add-ons. I had 4. Within 2 weeks, my website broke. Then I fixed it. Then it broke again. And you know why? It's because of all of these third-party plugins. There's always a bit of an issue, right? And sometimes when you go to your widget list, when you got 4 extra plugins on top of Elementor, you know your widget list, it goes on and on and on. And then you do a search for like a gallery, and 4 or 5 options come up and you go, okay, which one shall I use? You know, so I would say your Elementor Pro, it helps to hone you in. The last 65 websites we've built are purely Elementor Pro, nothing else. But you see, George, I think this is where Divi, Divi is more refined on doing that kind of stuff. Elementor's rubbish for that stuff. Christine, Alex, Andy, can you make a tutorial on freehand website with overlapping elements? Freehand website? I mean, overlapping elements, that's just going to be margins and just margins. You know, overlap sections, overlap columns, overlap elements. Margins, just a lot of margins. Oh, Melissa, if your dad is telling you that you've got too many plugins, your dad is telling you, right? So I'm going to assume your dad is Mr. Lawrence, or maybe not. But kudos to your dad. I salute you. If he's telling you to cut out those elements, those plugins, you better cut them out because your dad's onto you. And if I've never spoken to your dad, Melissa, if he's never watched any of my videos, if he doesn't know who I am, say hi. Maybe I do know him, maybe I don't. Yeah, but so some of our tutorials and videos, we have done stuff like that, Christina, so where we have done absolute positioning. But what you got to remember, though, is absolute positioning can be a pain in the ass when it comes to different devices, right? So it might look good on a desktop, then you got to do it for the mobile, then you got to do it for the tablet. And the fact that there's so many different resolutions and screen sizes out there, you're going to find yourself forever rearranging, and it can be a pain in the ass. I would say, yeah, go for it. But at the same time, I would also say, do you really need to do it? It's not the most ideal or best way to set things up, I think. For sure. So I'd say do it, but just be careful, because like if you overdo absolute positioning, all it takes is for someone to look at it on a different size screen or whatever. Make sure you use boxed width. Big tip. Make sure you do boxed width. Okay. I mean, assume at media is a pain, right? I mean, if you like doing at media, go for it. But it's a pain, you know. It's too much. It can become too much. By the way, right, anyone who has watched this or is watching this, please make sure to like the video, alright? Not all of you like. Hit the like button. I will find you. No, hit the like button, alright? If you haven't hit the like already, you gotta like it. If you don't like it, well, I can't do anything if you don't like it. That's kind of up to you, isn't it? Oh man, this has been a bit of pain, this has, redoing all these invoices. So this is where, yeah, Christina, I get a bit annoyed with pixel perfect designs, because what you might want to say to them, right, okay, I'll do your pixel perfect design, I'll do it. This used to be interactive and everything, but it doesn't work anymore. With all the lights and beeps and noises, but he doesn't do that now. It doesn't do that now. But the thing about Pixel Perfect, Christina, right? They'll give you a design. Have they given you a Pixel Perfect design for the tablet, for the mobile, for the Galaxy, for the iPhone 13 Pro Max? Have they given you that? If not, you know, it becomes a little bit guesswork. And I prefer fluid design, so we have an idea what they want, but we have a bit of freedom to set it up. Because Pixel Perfect for me, Pixel Perfect restricts creativity and experimentation. Mr. Lawrence, I like your dad now. I like him. Yeah, I just don't know what went wrong with it. New batteries, and then it's just kind of died. I just don't get it. And I don't want to open it up in case I totally wreck it, but, you know, he's all right. He's all right. Oh, I didn't do the phone app. I didn't do the phone app, no. But when he stopped working, I was like, no. I was quite upset when he stopped working. Oh, my little friend. is dead. He's not dead, but you know. Yes, little mascot. That's the way I think of it. Right, last invoice to add in. But yeah, Christina, if you're still there, sorry if I wasn't able to give you more optimistic advice, but you can drag and drop, you can do custom width, you can do absolute positioning, but the minute you start to move on to different sized devices, it's just a pain. God, you had the BB-8 as well. Oh, man. That's probably worse. Was yours the proper one where, you know, the head spins with the body? That's probably worse. That's got to be worse for sure. Yes, the invoices now match up. Whew. That's the bookkeeping done. You always gotta do the bookkeeping, the bookkeeping. Na 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 there. Just check my son's okay. Yeah, and what I would say, Christina, is I would just go back to them and explain to them, look, so you've done this, right? You do understand, though, that things don't stay static with different size screens and whatever. And it's trying to get them to understand that if you want your website to be easier to manage going forwards as well and blah, 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 absolute positioning has its place as long as it's not too many elements. Ah, phew. Do you know what? Now you say it, I do remember someone else saying, like a review, they were saying it doesn't always stay on it. And when it's rolling, there's a danger it might just slide off. And I thought, oh, that's a bit rubbish. Right, let's now check the accounts. Because me and Mark took out dividends in April. Hold on. Why? Hold on. What's going on here? I thought, wow, George, you must spend a lot on your dinner then. That's what I mean, George. That's what I mean. So someone once gave me a design and said, it's got to look like that. And I said, what about for the mobile? And they went, oh, mix it up. And I went, no, you've got this bit over here and your wording here. How do you want that on the mobile? Do you still want that or get rid of that? And they're like, oh, you work it out. I went, no, I'm not going to go for this. You work it out. You know, I hate it when they do that. I go, you're very prescriptive on the pixel perfect, but then you're not giving us. And then there's all the stuff about is your tablet like that? You know, what about iPhone XR, iPhone 11, 12, sizes? Everything just goes a bit funny, doesn't it? Everything just goes a little bit funky-dory. Why is that still showing? Oh, of course. The financial year. Of course, that's why I'm being a bit of a... I don't want to say a prat, but I'm being a bit of a prat. I'm being a bit silly here, so I've just got to... Oh dear, adjust everything now. Change the financial year, of course. What was I thinking? Darn. Let's change the financial year to be April of this year. And then end financial year is March 2023. There we go. Let's generate that again. See, I tend to do desktop first before mobile, Christina, mainly because desktop always has more. And then when I get to the mobile, then I'll say, right, take away, take away, take away. Whereas with mobile, you might start here, and then you get to desktop or tablet, and then you add. So I prefer to go desktop and then remove whatever to get mobile. But there is no right or wrong answer. I think it just comes down to how you like to design and build, right? What you're comfortable with. So if you want to go with the mobile first design, I say go for it. Go for it. The custom breakpoint. I can't remember, Soom. Is it still in experiment? I can't remember. Tablet. Tablet's my least favorite one. I always feel like sometimes I feel like, oh, I don't really care how the tablet looks, right? Tablet is my least favorite one. So Carapos says it's still in beta. I can't remember what it was. The same old street. That's a sign that I'm feeling tired. Yeah, tablet is all. Tablet for me is like an afterthought because like there's so many, you know, like tablets is like you know. But you should still got to do it, right? But yeah, like I said, I prefer desktop, then take stuff away, then tablet when you want to do it, then take it away, and then mobile. Yeah, exactly. I think it's because like when tablets first came out, there was a massive push and craze for them, right? But I think now, because mobile screens are like mini tablets now anyway, we've kind of gone away from like just having a mobile phone in it. So now we've started going, actually, you know, the mobile screen is much more practical when you're, you know, when you're watching TV and you got your phone and you're doing something, whatever. It's more practical, isn't it? Whereas when the iPad first came out, do you remember watching TV and you had your iPad here? And it was like having a big, you know, it was quite, they were big and bulky, and they still are, I think, a little bit. So parallax effect, I know some people have done codes and stuff, so I kind of bite the bullet and say, with parallax effect on mobile, what I do instead is I do a scroll effect instead. So the parallax doesn't work on the tablet, so I will do like a scrolling effect. So as you scroll down, the background might zoom in, zoom out, or move up or move down. That's what I do, and I leave it at that. And I kind of say to the clients, like, look, don't expect the same kind of animations just because the mobile, for your page speed and your performance, you don't want to overdo it. But I just have some scrolling effects. Haha, your dad likes his iPad. I'm gonna just double check how long we've been live for. We're coming up to 1:48, so I am gonna cut off in about 3 minutes. Just so I haven't eaten yet, by the way. I'm feeling very hungry, so I'm just gonna go eat and just check my family are all okay as well. Yeah, you gotta get pro. You gotta get pro. All right. You gotta get pro. Yay! Finance is done. If I had done it without being live, we would have done it like in no time at all. But because I've done it via this route, it's taken a very long time. But it means we get to do the live chat still as well. I mean, I'm just gonna like read up on some stuff and whatever, and then I've got a meeting with a client in about 3 hours' time. You've got a meeting in about an hour, George, haven't you? In 1 hour, you got a meeting, but I've got one in 3 hours. See how that goes. Set up some other stuff as well, and then we should be good to go. Yeah, Black Friday, Melissa. So it's Black Friday in November. That's when they do like a discount or whatever. Yeah, take care, Peter. Yeah. They don't do promo codes, but they do Black Friday deals around November time, whenever it is. But that's once a year. That's the only time. I mean, they sometimes have a 20% off offer for the Elementor Cloud. So you get Elementor Pro and the Cloud, but if you've already got hosting. But I would definitely say bite the bullet and do it. Is this for your website or for a client's website, Melissa? If it's for a client's website, get them to pay it, right? But if it's for your website, then I would say definitely do it. Because A, you'll learn a lot more as well, okay? You're going to learn more with the Pro and all of that. Oh, well, there you go. Jason says the deal, $99 for 3 sites. Okay, I'm going to cut off now. All right, everyone. Like what George says, you know, a lot of custom code and all that. Yep. Save yourself doing loads of custom coding and all of that. All right, George. Nice one. Okay, cool. I'm going to let you all go now. I probably won't be on live later today, most likely tomorrow. Have fun. Enjoy what you're doing. I'm going to go and eat. Take care. See you all soon. Bye.